is Jeff Snoyer, and I'm talking about Monopoly Place, a neighborhood of duplexes near White Rock Lake in East Dallas.
So how would you describe Monopoly Place? What's sort of the character of the neighborhood?
Well, Monopoly Place, back in the right after World War II, was a place where people coming out of the war wanted to start families, moved into little one-bedroom duplexes, and they were sold to multiple owners. So there were about 28 owners. And they were all rental properties. The whole neighborhood was one-bedroom rental properties that had become pretty run down because they were mostly absentee owners who didn't maintain the properties.
And how has it changed since then?
Well, in 1984, I looked at buying some of these houses, and I had an opportunity to buy 7. And I started looking at it. The Monopoly Place in 1984 was it's a horseshoe-shaped street. It's 22 acres with 150 units of duplexes. And the left side of Killarney, Main Street, was all the Scorpion motorcycle gang. The right side were all the unemployed hippies, more or less, sitting in the porch during the week drinking beer with their shirt off. And the next street was all occupied by people that had come over from Mexico illegally, and there would be 6 men living in a 600 square foot duplex with very poor conditions. And there were, as I mentioned, 28 different owners. So it was pretty much just chaos, but it was surrounded by a very nice neighborhood that really didn't like it, and they actually called it the ghetto. So I took it on as a challenge to start to remodel some houses and get involved in it. And actually, I bought 7 duplexes, and there was a lady that had 22 that was on the corner, and the neighborhood is shaped like a board of Monopoly game, basically. So we call it Monopoly Place because I had a few duplexes, and the lady had 20, and we go around the block, showing ours to rent. We go around, fix them up. We would buy 3 that were in pretty good condition. We would buy 2 that were in pretty poor condition. So they were just like a Monopoly where you get sets of 2 or 3 that are different shapes. And little by little, we realized that in order to really turn the neighborhood around, we needed to have a critical mass of these houses remodeled and brought to a higher standard. So that's part of the idea of Monopoly also, is that with the Monopoly, then you can control it. So we started mowing all the front yards. We'd actually donate trees to people that had houses that we didn't own, thinking that later on they grew into big trees and they were inexpensive and easy to maintain when they're little. And 10 years later, they'd be very valuable, big shade trees. And so little by little, I was able to buy all the different owners. And it actually took 20 years. In 2006, I was able to buy the last properties from the lady Joanna Monroe that owned the 22 originally. And so we had a big party. And we were able to unite the whole neighborhood. We invited all the tenants and the previous owners, and we had a Valentine's Day party. And the joke was, well, Joanna won the Monopoly game because she got the cash. And she said, no, you won the game because in Monopoly, whoever ends up with all the properties is the winner. But basically, because we were able to get enough of the properties together in one group, we were able to establish a standard of maintenance. There were no fences and no room additions, so they were all one bedroom. So to stabilize the community, basically what we did was they were very plain old concrete boxes. We first built porches on the front of the houses to give them some character. And we discovered that people actually sat on the porches and got to know their neighbors. Then we put fences around the yards, and that enabled them to feel like this is protected territory, this is my yard. And so instead of just trash blowing through like they did in the ghetto, now they had their yard, they planted flowers in the yard, they watered, they take care of it. And then we started building room additions so that the one-bedroom units, there was a lot of turnover because people were just, as their families would grow up and down, they realized move out of a one-bedroom. Now they had a 2-bedroom with a large room addition with washer connections and a big closet, and it was like a home. So they tend to put down roots. So now, 28 years later, we have 150 units that are all 100% occupied. We have 100 people on a waiting list. A third of our tenants have lived there more than 10 years, a third of them more than 5 years. And we create a community that's basically self-sustaining, where if someone new comes in and let's say they take some bad habits from where they used to live and they pull their car up in the front yard to wash it, the next door neighbor will come over and say, oh, how are you doing? Are you new here? Nice to meet you. Hey, by the way, if you'd like to, you can pull your car up in my driveway next to here. So we're trying to take care of the grass here, and you can use my hose if you'd like to. And then next thing you know, they're walking each other's dogs, and so the community has developed an energy of its own.
It sounds like there's this great sort of sense of neighborliness. I wonder if you could share with me maybe who are the kind of people who are those neighbors in Monopoly Place? What do they do?
Well, the majority of the residents at Monopoly Place are people that have either owned a home and they wanted to downsize, but they didn't want to live in an apartment, or they didn't know who was going to live above them, or who they might run into in a parking lot. And they like the idea of a home where they're taken care of. So a lot of them are really mature single females, and we have our oldest tenant, I think, has been there for 32 years, and they just they maybe work for a veterinarian, or maybe a lot of professionals, or maybe receptionists, not maybe a doctor, but a physician's assistant, or a dental assistant, or someone that works at a nearby restaurant, something like that. And we have a lot of events. We have a community garage sale where everyone puts all their stuff out and buys it from each other, puts it back in the garages. Then we have a movie night where we rent this big inflated screen, and neighbors all come out and watch a movie together. And we have parties. We take the Corinthian Sailing Club, which is right over there too. We take over there. People go sailing and be in the dock and the music. So I have to keep a little bit of distance. I do as the owner, but everybody else really enjoys being together and builds friendship and help each other mow their backyards.